Once upon a hazy evening, Mark found himself in an unusual mood, feeling adventurous. He decided to experiment with a new strain of herbal relaxation. He lit up, reclined on his couch, and lost himself in the soothing cloud of smoke. As the hours passed, Mark's mind swirled with an array of ideas. His gaze fell upon his beloved pet parrot, Jasper, who was perched in his cage. The thought struck him like a bolt of enlightenment. What if he could capture Jasper speaking on camera? He grabbed his phone and hit record. Mark started a conversation with Jasper, asking simple questions. To his amazement, Jasper replied, not in parrot gibberish, but in clear, human-like sentences. Mark couldn't believe his ears. He was chatting with his pet. Mark recorded video after video, each more bizarre and hilarious than the last. He imagined the fame and fortune that awaited him as the owner of a talking parrot in his elevated state. He was convinced that he had discovered a groundbreaking phenomenon. As the night wore on, Mark's recording marathon continued. The more they conversed, the more absurd and outlandish their discussions became. Mark was in stitches, believing that his pet parrot was on the cusp of achieving worldwide notoriety. But as the sun began to rise, reality began to set in. The haze of the previous night's activities lifted, and Mark watched his videos with a newfound clarity. It was then that he realized his mistake. Jasper's talking had been nothing more than Mark's altered perception. In his intoxicated state, he had projected human-like speech onto his feathered friend. The videos that had initially seemed groundbreaking were now nothing more than a series of absurd and disjointed conversations with himself. A mixture of disappointment and embarrassment washed over Mark. He had gone from believing he had discovered a miracle to realizing he'd been talking to his high self through his pet parrot. With a sigh, Mark deleted the nonsensical videos and put away his phone. He opened Jasper's cage and stroked his feathers, appreciating the genuine bond they shared. He chuckled at the absurdity of the situation, vowing to cherish the real moments of joy and companionship he had with his beloved pet, rather than chasing imaginary ones induced by the haze of the night before. Mark learned a valuable lesson that day, one that many do when experimenting with mind-altering substances. Sometimes the most profound insights turn out to be nothing more than a product of an altered state of mind. In the end, he found that the real treasures in life are the genuine connections and moments of happiness we experience without the need for any mind-altering substances.